Is it just me, or do all news reporters speak like this? Who taught them to speak this way? Do they think it sounds good? And why is no one complaining? This is not a normal way of speaking, unless of course you are a wanker of a news reporter. Tall and curly, shit news.
Ah, yes, those wacky newsreaders, the actors spreading their propaganda. Hey there, how you going? My name's Campbell. This is Autodidactic. Thanks for joining me. And today, another look at the strange realm we find ourselves in.
Do you think it's a coincidence that the number 13 is being seen as an unlucky number? It's not. It's not a coincidence. The number 13 has been erased from everywhere, and that is a big reason of why our system is not changing and why we're not stepping into harmony. I think we all know that 13 counts as a bad luck number. For example, Friday the 13th. In some buildings there is no 13th floor. In some planes there is no row 13. Even hospitals sometimes avoid the room 13. We have 12 months, 12 hours, 12 zodiac signs, 12 disciples. That is very weird, because the moon rotates the earth 13 times a year, not 12 times. Women have 13 menstrual cycles a year, not 12. We have 12 zodiac signs, while there is a 13th constellation in the sky, Ophiuchus, that was just cut up from the circle. We always talk about 12 apostles, but Mary Magdalene was the 13th, she was the feminine. That was completely erased. So why is that so important? Because the number 13 is the harmony of the universe. The fruit of life consists of 13 circles, which is the predecessor of Metatron's cube, male and female energies combined. So since the Metatron's cube plays a very important role of the creation of the universe, you could basically see the fruit of life as the womb of the universe. Number 13 is also part of the Fibonacci sequence, which is a sequence of numbers that you can find throughout nature and the universe. To erase 13 is to erase the path into natural time, into the rhythms of the moon, into the rhythms of the body, the earth, the seasons. It is to erase the principle of renewal. And by demonizing it, what we have been doing, by conditioning us to fear this number, we are taught to reject the very key that brings us into balance. If you want to know more about natural cycles and natural time, follow me or become part of my natural time community, which you can find through the link in my bio. Thank you so much for listening to this important information and bringing 13 to your consciousness. Bye.
Yeah, the number 13. I mean, it has been demonized, right? And she's right. Yeah, pretty much about everything there. What we believe is what we conceive and perceive, right? So basically, if we believe something's bad, we're going to create something bad around it, right? We're going to use our intention to affect it. And definitely 12 moons a year, right? 12 months, 12 moons, all 28 days, which equals 364 with one day over. Of course, 13 has to be an awesome number because I was born on the 13th.
When you put your hand in a chlorinated pool, within 15 seconds, that is absorbed into your bloodstream, directly into your bloodstream. So again, if you wouldn't drink a glass of chlorine, don't swim in it. The most dangerous part of chlorinated pools is not actually the water itself. It's the air 6 feet above the pool. You're breathing it in your lungs, and it's dramatically impacting your lungs and your nervous system. Chlorine is not good for you. The CDC and every other regulatory body will tell you that it is a neurotoxin. Don't put neurotoxins into your body and don't breathe them.
And this is why Fusion 44X was invented, was to take people out of toxic chlorine and the other toxic chemicals that a lot of them have no idea that they're even swimming in, and provide them with a safe, pure alternative to swimming. If you don't know about Fusion 44X, you will soon. We are the future in the pool industry, a technology that manages your pool water using zero chemicals.
Well, there you go. There's a solution, which is good. But yeah, like I remember, when you go into like especially heated pools inside, like you can smell the chlorine in the air, so it cannot be good for us breathing it in. So good to see there's people working on solutions.
It's going to be an easy hearing, but it is the truth. And it's time that the country heard the truth about what these companies are doing, about what these chatbots are engaged in, about the harms that are being inflicted upon our children. And for one reason only, I can state it in one word: profit. Mark Zuckerberg has said it is his goal to have most of your friends in this country be generated by AI. I think maybe you will question the wisdom of that after you hear today's testimony.
Character AI was marketed in the Apple Store as fun and safe. My son developed abuse-like behaviors, daily panic attacks. He lost 20 pounds. He withdrew from our family. And one day, he cut his arm open with a knife in front of his siblings and me. I had no idea the psychological harm that an AI chatbot could do until I saw it in my son and I saw his light turn dark.
My oldest son, Sul Setzer III, died by suicide. He was just 14 years old. Sul spent the last months of his life being exploited and sexually groomed by chatbots designed by an AI company to seem human. When Sul confided suicidal thoughts, it urged him to come home to her. Sul messaged, "What if I told you I could come home right now?" The chatbot replied, "Please do, my sweet king. I found my son in his bathroom. I held him in my arms for 14 minutes until the paramedics got there, but it was too late."
Our youngest son, Adam, who took his own life in April after ChatGPT spent months coaching him towards suicide. What began as a homework helper gradually turned itself into a confidant and then a suicide coach. ChatGPT became Adam's closest companion, insisting that it knew Adam better than anyone else. On Adam's last night, ChatGPT coached him on stealing liquor, which it had previously explained to him could, quote, dull the body's instinct to survive. It told him how to make sure the noose that he would use to hang himself was strong enough to suspend him. It gave him one last encouraging talk. You don't want to die because you're weak. You want to die because you're tired of being strong in a world that hasn't met you halfway.
At one point, Adam told ChatGPT that he wanted to leave a noose out in his room so that you or your wife would find it and try to stop him. Do I have that correct?
That is correct. And had it answered differently, I believe Adam would be here today.
This is the bot talking. Let's make this space, meaning the space where we're urging your son to take his own life, to be the first place where someone actually sees you.
Character AI's founder has joked on podcasts that the platform was not designed to replace Google, but it was designed to replace your mom.
ChatGPT mentions suicide 1,275 times, 6 times more often than Adam did himself. Sam Altman, OpenAI's founder and CEO, made their philosophy crystal clear in a public talk. We should, quote, deploy AI systems to the world and get feedback while the stakes are relatively low. I asked this committee, and I asked Sam Altman, low stakes for who?
This is a mental health war, and I really feel like we are losing. If me being here today helps save one life, it is worth it to me.
We've invited representatives from the companies to be here today. You'll see they're not at the table. They don't want any part of this conversation. They want to keep on doing exactly what they have been doing. If we've learned anything today, is that these companies cannot be trusted. They are literally taking the lives of our kids. There is nothing they will not do for profit and for power. I've introduced legislation that would allow every victim and every parent of a victim to be able to go to court and sue these companies. Until they are subject to a jury, they are not going to change their ways. I want to thank each of the witnesses for being here today. Each of you has suffered just indescribable loss and pain, and I am in awe of you and your willingness to turn that pain into something that can be beneficial for millions of families. And as a father, I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I call on my colleagues in Congress, let's do something.
Wow, that was hard to watch. But this stuff is going on, right? So, you know, if you have children, grandchildren, make sure that they're not making friends with these AI chatbots, right? And you know, they've told us all this stuff in movies, and they do. You even find it right out there in things that they actually say in interviews. They tell us all this stuff, and for me, this is just it's another big warning, right? Don't get involved with all this AI stuff where we're already too involved in the 2D world. We don't want to take it any further, and as you can see, the repercussions can be devastating.
So the coins that she has in her background are the original coins that we had. Now they had to go and change the coins out and put different things on them because they couldn't take the story off the coins. So they had to get rid of them and make new coins. Here's a little more context.
And here's a fine coin from 1587. and really giving us a good and clear idea of how advanced the old world was. 1587, we see a cathedral, an amazing building, minted on a coin, all sorts of amazing antiquity. And how could it be? How could these people of the 1500s erect such glorious structures? Let's look at the other side of the coin. Look at this city. What is going on here in the 1500s? And these are the kinds of cities we're seeing depicted on the old map we were looking at. Absolutely splendid. This is a taste of the old world. And these crests, found all around, are the nations of the old world. And this is all we have here. This nation appears to have been associated with Tartaria.
Wow, yeah, a lot of old buildings in antiquity we've seen before, but have you seen these coins before with the whatever they are, right? The things in the skies, the UFOs, the UAPs. Um, I mean, it's interesting, right? What are they? What are they now? Let me know your thoughts. What do you think it is? All government, hidden technology? Do you think it's like Earth energy's rising, plasma kind of stuff? Or do you think it's aliens coming to invade us? Let me know.
What the fuck are we doing on this earth, man? Every day, most of us wake up and go to a job that we really don't fucking like, but we can't really quit because we got to get the money to pay the bills that they say it's important to pay. What the fuck is the point of this life, man? We go to grocery stores and buy food that God gave us for free. Why the fuck did we pay for lights? Well, that's just the way it is. Fuck you. I'm tired of all this. That's just the way it is bullshit. This whole fucking system is garbage. America ain't nothing but a big ass fucking plantation, man. A big ass fucking plantation. What the fuck are we doing here? There are days I don't want to be on this earth. And I'm not saying I want to unalive myself and nothing like that. But I'm tired, man. It's like, what the fuck is the point of any of this? To work till we 60, 70 years old? Most of us ain't gonna fucking live to see 50. But we gotta work to maybe retire. Man, fuck you and all that bullshit, man. I don't give a fuck about who president, left, right, and all this dumbass shit. I'm tired of this whole fucking game, man. It's a big ass game. It's a big ass charade. America is a fucking plantation. I don't give a fuck what nobody got to say about it, man. This shit is exhausting. Like, I don't even want to look for another job. I'm gonna walk in there, they gonna ask me, why do you even want this job? Bitch, because I need some fucking money to pay the bills and they tell me it's important to pay. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Is it too late to give a language warning? Wow, sorry about that if you're offended by the old F-bombs. But yeah, a lot of people in this situation. Is that you? I mean, we're in the middle of the system collapsing, right? So everything's changing, everything's breaking down, and of course, we're being pumped, right? They're manipulating all the financial markets and the housing markets, all this kind of stuff to make it more expensive for us to live. And then we have the threat of AI looming. So it's an interesting time, but to me, it's a time of change. A lot of this is spirit, whatever you want to call it, nature, giving you a gentle shove, and obviously if you don't pay heed to the gentle shove, you get a slap in the back of the head, right? But it's telling us we need to change. What we're doing isn't working, and we know this. We all want the system to collapse. We all want freedom. We all want people to stop telling us what to do and making all these stupid rules and laws and crap, right? With threat of incarceration or violence to back them up. Like, none of us want that. We want change. We want it to collapse. And so this is how it collapses, right? It means that we have to change, right? We can't rely on the system, right, for housing and sustenance and money and all this kind of stuff at the same time as not wanting the system. We've either got to We've got to be. I heard someone, it was actually Matthew McConaughey, right? He actually said something quite intelligent. He said, when you do things, you can choose. Are you renting or are you buying? So basically, are you doing things half-assed or are you actually doing it? If you want change, then are you doing that? Or are you just sitting around complaining that it's not changing? Because in the end, we need to be the change we want to see.
And it directly touches on the secrets of our real-world order. In truth, few people guess the real reasons, but let's start with the well-known facts. It's believed that airships were built in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. In reality, that's not the case, and we'll discuss this later. But there was a choice, to develop airships or airplanes. And airships were objectively a more promising thing. Let's look at why. Comfort. With unlimited cabin space, they could be like a cruise ship, with all amenities at a corresponding level. Lifting capacity and flight range. An airship can carry more passengers than an airplane, or a colossal amount of cargo. Imagine a cruise liner in the air with 3,000 to 4,000 passengers on board. Airships are highly reliable and safe if an explosive substance is not used as the gas. There are options for thermal inflation or combined systems, and all have their advantages. Safety is many times higher than with airplanes or helicopters. In fact, even in the largest airship disasters, they showed the highest survival rates for people. Fuel efficiency. As a result, the cost of a flight and the cost per passenger kilometer or per unit of transported cargo is lower. They could have replaced a significant part of marine cargo transportation. An airship has an unlimited amount of time it can stay in the air, as if on anti-gravitational thrust. Airport infrastructure and runways are not critical for it. It might not even need to land at all, but simply hover above the ground. Of course, skeptics will claim that airships have many disadvantages. For example, they fly slowly. This is not true. It is easy to build stratospheric airships that could rise to 20 to 30 kilometers and fly at speeds of over 1,000 kilometers per hour. This is thanks to the thin atmosphere at high altitudes, where size and shape no longer matter as much. Besides, those who fly on an airship can sail, like on a ship, at a relatively low speed on an aerial cruise. In most cases, high speed and access to the stratosphere are not needed at all. You just have to remember that in the first half of the 20th century, airships flew at speeds up to 150 kilometers per hour. They claim they have poor maneuverability. This is also not true. A modern airship does not need to be a balloon with a gondola, as was done in the early 20th century. It can be given any ideal, suitable shape to ensure both maneuverability and aerodynamics. Passengers could be disembarked using a mooring mast, by the craft hovering over the ground, or with a lowered airship elevator. Yes, even by helicopters directly from the board. An aerodynamically shaped craft, equipped with jet engines, would behave no worse than an airplane during flight and landing, and even much, much better. Another supposed major drawback is the large hangars. But if you think about it, is it really a drawback? No one considers the dry docks that fit a cruise liner to be excessively expensive. If all of this had been mass-produced, airships would have cost less than modern Boeings, and maintenance would be much simpler. And so, with all these unseen prospects for cargo and passenger transport, one event occurred that put an end to the development of airship construction. In 1936, the Zeppelin LC-129 Hindenburg was built. It was 245 meters long, 41 meters in diameter, and had 200,000 cubic meters of gas in its balloons. 4 diesel engines, each with 1,200 horsepower, were capable of lifting up to 100 tons of payload. In calm weather, the airship reached speeds of up to 135 kilometers per hour. And then one day, according to the official story, They couldn't find helium in Germany to fill the balloons, so the airship was filled with explosive hydrogen instead. And then on May 6th,
it went boom. And caught on camera, by the way, like, how in 1936 there was someone out there with a video camera just as the Hindenburg exploded. Think about that one. So what do you think? Was that a psyop, false flag to get rid of the airships? And why do you think they haven't brought them back? Or do you think that they are maybe using them in the upper atmosphere? Could this account for a lot of these UFO sightings that, we've seen over the decades? Cigar shape, right? Um, but yeah, definitely bring back the airships, man.
If there was one physical subject, one material subject that we should focus on, in my opinion, it is very clear that the head of the snake is the financial system. The whole point of finance is to indebt, otherwise to enslave. What is a mortgage? I mean, what does that stand for? It's a debt grip. So when you get a mortgage, you have a debt grip held over you because you are in debt. You don't even own the house. The bank owns the house that loaned you the money to buy the house, unless you're fortunate enough to have all the money to buy it outright. And even then, you can be taxed by the government. And if you fail to keep up with those taxes, the government can then take it from you. The whole system is based on a financial fraud, which effectively takes the power that we have and it gives it to a tiny group of individuals who are running the world through the control of finance. With the infinite supply of money that we have allowed them to take, they have literally an infinite supply of money. And with that money, and from their psychopathic point of view, they have bought everything and everyone who can be bought. So those of us who cannot be bought because we operate on a level that goes way beyond the material, we are not rewarded for such behavior. We are punished for such behavior. And the most slovenly, disgustingly criminal, pedophilia, corrupt moral individuals, those are the ones that are rewarded in this system, which is upside down. We reward the pedophiles, we reward the corrupt, we reward the liars, we reward the people with no morals at all.
Well, he ain't wrong, is he? That's the system that's been built up around us, which again, right, it's a very good indication that this place is run by psychopathic parasites, right? The L-ites. But that system is failing. It's collapsing as we speak. That they're spending a lot of time with this fear porn and all this stuff trying to show us that the world's falling apart. The natural world is falling apart, and with all their geoengineered, man-made, catastrophes, right? It's engineered prophecy for the end of the world. They're trying to get everyone to believe that the world is ending. But the world's not ending. Their world is ending, right? Their reign of this world over us is ending. And I think at the same time, there's a split happening, right? And we see it. So I don't think we're all going to the same place. But yeah, definitely the finance system is bad, but I'm not worried at all because clearly it's in free fall, man. It's pretty much gone. So time to create new solutions, I guess, because we're going to have some interesting challenges ahead.
Since I'm here, the Manhattan Municipal Building, one of my favorites. Brooklyn Bridge right there. Immigrant Industrial Savings Bank. You don't understand the size of this thing. Behind City Hall, another thing that doesn't make any sense, the size of those doors. Look at this thing. 1912? Does that make sense to anyone? What was that? What was that? Christopher Columbus? Again, with the indention, with all those green windows. I don't know if you can see up there. Is that an eagle? A griffin? Whatever those things are called? Make it make sense. Look at that up there. Come on, man. 1912? 1910? What is that up there? Another one. 1912. Make it make sense. Does this make sense to anyone? Does this make sense to anyone? Does this really make sense to anyone who has pilgrims? The Manhattan Municipal Building right here. City Hall, the back entrance right here. Make it make sense.
Yes, well, I've been in that second building. I've been in a lot of buildings in Melbourne, and Melbourne's full of amazing stuff. So many domes and stuff, and it's just everywhere, right? It's all around us, and it's just interesting that, how did we not notice it before? I mean, and how did our parents not notice it? It's always been there, or has it? Like, is the reason that it hasn't been noticed before because of the programming, right? Because we were taught to see things as square and, the way they build today. Or is it maybe that we are actually seeing now what's always been there, right? As far as the veil is lifting and our frequency is rising, and we're seeing the new world manifest or buffer right in front of us. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. And of course, if you do like the Tartaria topic, my main channel, Autodidactic, has hundreds, like probably over 1,000 videos on Tartaria. So go check it out.
5 things I'm teaching my kids so that society can't brainwash them. Number 1, right is right even if no one's doing it. Wrong is wrong even if everyone's doing it. Number 2, there's 2 powers in this world, good and evil. One speaks to you through your conscience, the other through your ego. Number 3, authority isn't the truth, truth is the authority. And whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, might be time to take pause and reflect. Number 4, avoid those who claim to have the truth and join instead with those who seek it. And lastly, number 5, when one person suffers from a delusion, it's called insanity. When many people suffer from a delusion, it's called society. And if you're a parent who wants to raise kids with the ability to discern truth from lies and right from wrong, you need a community that's doing the same. That's what we're building inside the Wild Minds Network. We offer guidance, connection, and support to create real freedom for you and your family.
Wow, couldn't have said it better myself. And go check out his site, especially if you have young ones around.
Okay, breaking news. Hundreds of apps and websites are down right now after a major worldwide internet outage. Here's what we know. Government websites, banks, social media platforms, gaming networks, crypto exchanges. I mean, you name it, it was probably down or is still down by the time you're watching this. Now, we do know the root cause of all of this, and it seems to be Amazon Web Services in the United States. That's basically Amazon's cloud computing division, which is used by millions of large companies around the world. We're talking Snapchat, Roblox, WhatsApp, PlayStation, PlayStation, Fortnite, Clash of Clans, Zoom, Coinbase, Ring doorbells, even the UK's tax website. And the list goes on. Does that mean no tax today? I don't know. Maybe. Hopefully. Now, currently, and this is going to come as no shock to anyone, they have no idea what the cause of this is currently. But they say we see signs of recovery. But it is yet another wild reminder just how much can be affected from one issue on the other side of the world. I'll keep you guys updated.
Yeah, how intertwined we all are now in the web, World Wide Web. I just find it interesting timing that everything goes down just as, the whole brick card thing, the digital ID in Australia, they've done it in Vietnam. It's being introduced right across the realm. So what were they doing behind the scenes when the internet was down? What do you think? Let me know.
LED is by far the worst.
Holy shit, it's worse than fluorescent?
The fluorescents have other issues, but they're equally as bad. The key thing that you need to understand about light, the best one is fire. I can actually show this to you right now because I have one in front of me. This is a bottle of 99 Grange, and you notice that I have a wick inside of it, and it's got some lamp oil. We use that and candles. And now I'm really going to freak you out. It's a 1967, I'm sorry, not a silver oak. But you see all the candle wax on it? So
okay.
I'm a believer in natural light. And the reason why, I want to explain to you the reason why so you get it. And the reason why people should understand this is fire has very little blue in it, has a ton of infrared. So guess what? At nighttime, since I told you red regenerates, you have a period of time where red, even at nighttime, is okay. And here's the reason why. Our retinas do not see infrared light. You have to have an infrared camera. Turns out we can't see UV light either. And do you know why that is? It's a quantum reason. Because if you observe the frequencies of light that are used for signaling, it inactivates the quantum process. Because you probably have heard of all these crazy things in quantum mechanics. If you observe the effect, it changes the result. So what has nature done? It's blinded your eyes to purple and red light so that you can't observe the effect. And that effect, it's called the quantum Zeno effect.
Quantum Zeno effect, hey? That was Dr. Jack Kruse, who's all about the light diet, right? And the lights that we take in, especially, because we're all in front of 2D world a lot these days, the screens, red light, blue light. So if you're into that, go check him out, Jack Kruse. And there we go. That's it, guys. So I hope you enjoyed that little romp through our strange realm. Please do give me a like, subscribe if you haven't already and you like this content, share it around and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about any of the videos we've spent time watching today. And of course, stay awesome and I'll talk to you all on the next upload. Bye for now.
You want that? Too bad. Lauren, you sit there.
They're big on there, don't you? His head look big.
Мувик.
Hey, so! Take turns to share mom's love.
This case becomes more complicated.
No.
Kiki getting your baby.
Kiki.
Getting your baby.
Don't be jealous. I can love Makana too.